Dusty, where have you been? Are you alright? I've just seen the police and the emergency services outside. What the hell's been going on? And what the hell's happened to your hair?
Well, I'm a bit battered and bruised, computer guy. I've certainly felt better.
Jesus Christ, Dusty, what happened?
Well, come take a seat over here. I'll talk y'all through it. Well, it all started a couple of weeks ago. You remember we had that conversation about whether or not we could make more money if we sold our lumber to the nearest town?
Yeah, I remember that, Dusty. Go on.
Well, that's what I was thinking, see? So here I was, in my old truck, driving around looking for the lumber mill. It was a pleasant enough day. I had nothing much on. We'd done all the work in March, and I knew our big sale was coming up in April. So I thought if I could broker a deal in the meantime, that might pay dividends up to the summer months. Anyway, eventually I ended up taking the wrong road, you see. Went a bit off track. Now I ain't bothered about that. I got a pretty good sense of direction. But see, I don't know this town at all. So I was pretty much just driving around blind.
Okay, yeah, Dusty, I get it. You were driving around lost, but when did the accident happen?
Well, hold your horses there, computer guy. You gotta appreciate the nuance of a long story. What I was about to say before you interrupted is eventually I thought I need to get to high ground, take a look out and see where I was. I got a good sense of direction. Long as I could see line of sight, I reckon I could find my way. And lo and behold, I did. I could see the lumber mill. So I managed to make my way back down that hill, drive across and get out and take a look around. Looked like the kind of operation we could get involved in. Problem was, I actually couldn't see no one. There wasn't no one around at all. Whole place looked pretty derelict to me. It was starting to get a bit late at this stage after all my driving around, and I was pretty cheesed off, to be honest. I felt like the guy had either been pulling my leg or he just completely let me down. Anyways, I decided to get back in my truck and call it a day. My old truck had been playing up a bit that day up on that hill. Kept stopping and starting, but that ain't no concern to me. I'll just get it up on the ramp and get it fixed up. Anyway, nightfall was coming fast. Right on the edge of town, I ended up sitting at a crossing for ages. I couldn't recollect how long I sat there, but I got pretty fed up. My blood was starting to boil. I was getting sick of this town. In the end, I thought the whole thing was busted. So I just drove on. Worst mistake I ever made, you two guy.
Why, Dusty? What happened?
Well, my truck gave in. My old trusty truck gave in on me, right there and then on that track. Well, I think you can work out the rest. I got picked up by the services. They took me in and shaved my head and stitched me up. I was cut up pretty bad. Damn fool shaved off my beard as well. God knows why.
Dusty, I can't tell you how stressful this has been. I'm so glad you're safe. Initially, I just thought you were busy on a deal, and then no one around town had seen you or heard from you. I really started to panic. Right, is there anything I can do for you? You stay here. I don't need you at all today. I can go and do all the selling and moving of all the goods. Just need to make sure you're safe and happy and well and rested.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. If you can go make a whole lot of money in the sales today, I think that'll put a real smile on my face.
You got it, Dusty. You got it, pal. Well, I think we will leave Dusty there absolutely to get himself basically healed, repaired, rested. Police are gone. They went just about an hour ago, just as I turned up. Okay, let's have a bit of a regroup, bit of a status check. It's about 20 past 6 in the morning in April. We've got 140 grand in the bank. We made a little bit of money at the end of last month because I sold the honey that was left over. That seemed to be the best time of year to do that. I think we'll just head up here, have a quick look at the state of the sheep. I'm fairly sure they're happy. I've got a feeling there's a lot of eggs and wool that needs to move. Yeah, it does look like there's certainly wool over there. Let's go in and have a look at the chickens. Oh yes, plenty of eggs. So I think we're going to come down here with the truck in a minute. We can pick up all this stuff. We can get the wool into the spinnery. And then we can go pick up the clothes and make a bundle of cash. Thought it was worth taking a stroll down to the meadow because it's been reasonably warm at the end of March and the snow that we had over the winter melted, but as I suspected, there is growth here. Now, I don't think it's worth getting the mower out just yet. It's only about half the height we want it to be, but certainly it won't be long before we can get a mower on this and start to make our silage for next December and January. I'm going to pick up the truck, which is currently parked over at the warehouse. Just want to have a quick look at the weather. Looks pretty good. 13, 14 degrees. Nice and warm. Sunshine, no rain. May's looking a bit cloudy. And a nice lot of rain in June, just before harvest season. I'm hoping August isn't going to be as wet as it shows here. And to be fair, that is so far ahead in advance. We're literally just working on previous year's statistics to get a rough estimate on what the weather's going to be like. So I think it is going to be dry for harvest season. I think we'll be fine. Our two little fields up here seem to be doing okay. I can't remember what we put in here. I think it's barley. Let's have a quick look. We'll pop our HUD on. I know it's wheat. Of course it is. Wheat for the animals. And the other field was wheat as well. Yeah. So that is just to basically harvest, get the wheat stuck in the silo up there. So we've got something to feed the chickens over the coming months. Grass is okay, although we could do with sticking some grass in the silo as well to feed the sheep during the winter months. Right. I am rambling. Let me get myself over to the warehouse and pick up the truck. It is a absolutely gorgeous day. The weather is, oh, it's unbelievable. It's so nice to be basically almost in t-shirt weather for April, considering the kind of winter we had. Anyway, the truck is there and ready. Just having a quick look around situation here. I think I'm going to have to get a load of this into the warehouse first because we're going to start to get a bit of a backlog on the old production chains here. The lettuce is absolutely coming on now, especially now we've got a bit of warmth. Greenhouses do a fantastic job of keeping things going. And beyond that, doing a bit of a pirouette here, we've got some honey coming out again. And I think for now, actually, let me just have a quick look. Yes, I was about to suggest we could just stick that into the beer production because we are, well, we're about half full of honey, as you can see over here on the right-hand side, 5,500 litres. But we may as well stick that in and keep that going because at some point we're going to be switching over to the honey beer production for winter and it makes sense to have that loaded. We've literally just sold the honey, so it's going to be at least 12 months again until we are ready to sell our surplus. So I think I'll grab these two up, stick them in the brewery. And then also, all of this stuff, which is wheat and barley beer, absolutely needs to go into the warehouse. That's a lot. Right, so I am going to get myself positioned alongside all of these various pallets that we've got kicking around our main area up here. And then I'm going to go grab the Landini, which still just parked around the other side. That's still got the front loader with the strap on. So I can get these loaded up and into the warehouse. Okay, let's jump on board, get things underway, and I shall see you back here momentarily with a full truck full of lettuce. There we go, that is a full load there. I'm just going to creep round and get this all unloaded into the warehouse. I've got, I reckon, about probably 4 trips to do this morning. To get everything loaded in, but it certainly makes sense to get things stowed away into the cold warehouse where things are going to keep for longer. Once I've done this, I think it's time to head down to the Dusty's Threads and see what's down there. My second load of the morning here, really getting a good push on now. Right, let's do the unstrapping. All done, that's all loaded. Brilliant, another one to go. I've got all the last few pallets of lettuce here, and I've also picked up the beer. May as well get that all loaded in together. And then I'm going to go back, pick up the honey with the front loader and drop that into the brewery, ready for the rest of the beer production later on in the year. I feel like we don't use the Landini very much, but in all fairness it is still the main workhorse. Even though the Massey's got more grunt and more power, the Landini is just the right size for whipping around and getting jobs done. Right, what I'm going to do here is try and collect both at the same time. There we go, there's the first one. If I do this carefully enough, I should be able to stack that on top and then drop both of them into the brewery. Got to be careful, don't want to smash any glass jars, that's for sure. So that should be on top. If I can just unstrap, grab them both again. Have I got both of them? No, I think I've miscalculated there. Let me try that one again. Actually, it turns out I do have them both strapped on. I have got them front to back as opposed to stacked on top of each other, which is absolutely fine. And what I do have now is a bit of a weight issue. I am almost crabbing here with the weight. Oh, a bit of a lean. Let's get the arm down. Let's get the boom down a bit. Get the centre of gravity further back. There you go. You can see both of them there. Let's creep around. Get them loaded into the brewery. Lovely, job done. Okay, I think our work up here is done for the day. Let's grab the truck and head down to Dusty's Threads. I'm actually going to head out on the west side here rather than go out. Obviously Dusty's Threads is just around the corner, but if I come out this side I can take a little bit of a detour and just see if we've got any bread available coming out of our bakers, because I think it's about time we had some bread. A car coming. Right, safety first. Let's get a move on. I think this truck, after perhaps the Massey, is my favourite vehicle that we own. It's just an absolute beauty to drive, and it's, yeah, okay, it's kind of set to do one thing, which is basically logistics, but it does it so well. And the fact that it's got rear wheel steering means that it can absolutely turn on a dime. I love it. Right, here we go, coming up to the bakers now. I think we're going to have something. I think I can see, yes I can see a few pallets there. That is brilliant. Yes, there we go. I can see 4. Right, okay, I can chuck these on by hand because they're certainly not heavy. And then I can go and waz them up into the warehouse as well. That's not bad at all. Look at that bread. Oh, I'm almost tempted to pinch a loaf right now. Right, let me hop down. Let's get these strapped on. 1, 2, right. Let's get these back into the warehouse. And then just as we go past, I'm going to have a quick look to see what the situation is in Dusty's Threads, because I can see from this side of the road. Let's just take it a bit easy. Oh wow, fantastic. Yes, see, this is now what we're seeing. We've now got 4 pallets there of clothes. Because we've been whacking in so much wool, it's taken a little bit of a while for it to really get up to speed, but we're seeing the benefits of all that now. So, oh, I can't wait to get that on board. So, let's drop off the bread. Let's pick up what clothes we've got in the warehouse already. And then I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen, to head over to the supermarket and make some big monies. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got in the warehouse. Clothes, 9,000 litres. Let's get that out as quickly as possible. There we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Perfect. Okay, I'm coming up for the last one. The other 8 are already on the back. That's all good news. Get this last one on. I think about there. Yes, that looks good. Carefully, let's get that forward a bit, so just want a bit of swing there. Right, let's carefully back up, reverse ourselves around the truck, and then we can head down to Threads and pick up the rest. that will do. I don't need to be perfect here because I'm going to readjust everything when I get down the road. There we go. Brilliant job. Okay, let me hop out, get things strapped on. The sun has really got quite high in the sky now. Right, strappy, strappy. Not too bad. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Right, let's jump on board and get ourselves out of here. I do love the new fencing. It's just added a little bit of extra character to the whole area. Okay, I'm going to reverse in here, although I've got someone right up my trumpet as usual. The drivers in this town, people are lovely, but drivers are idiots. You going to let me reverse? Good. Right, let's see where we're going. Hard to see really, rear view mirror. Let's get myself in here. Nicely done, nicely done. Cheers buddy, thank you. Right, let's go get the rest of those pallets on board. However, the selling has to wait. Dusty's just given me a call on my mobile and he's feeling a bit rough and asked me to pick up some painkillers. So I've just come back. I need to come back and pick up the Massey anyway, which is currently down in the barn there. I'll explain why in a minute, but let me just go drop off these drugs to Dusty and then we'll get to some field work.
Thanks for bringing me some painkillers, computer guy. I reckon I'll be up and about in no time at all.
Yeah, no problem, Dusty. No problem at all. Anything you need right now. I was just about to go and sell all the clothes at the supermarket, but that can wait. Prices are still rising. I think we're going to make an absolute bucket load.
Well, that's good to hear, computer guy. You better crack on. I'm going to go get some shut-eye.
All right, Dusty. I'll see you soon. Okay, so as I was saying, I've popped up to collect the Massey because with all of the stuff that happened at the end of last month, I completely forgot that we'd purchased 2 new fields. So obviously our big long field, I think it was field 19, has got potatoes in it, and I think we'll worry about all the machinery for that some point down the road. But we do have the other field which is ready to take seed. So I'm going to jump in the Massey here. The cedar is already down there. I brought that down at the end of last month and we can get some crop in the ground. So if you remember, I think I said that we would go ahead and put in some sunflowers. The reason being is it's a good crop. It's something a bit different. I like the look of them. And also at the end of it all, we may be able to start a new oil production chain. Right, our new field, field 22, is just coming up in front of us here. I've just taken a slightly different route. Let me just check the traffic behind me. We're good. Right, I'm coming off the road because our cedar is just in front of us. There we go. Right, I'm going to hitch that up. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not. We've got a stone pick first. So I'm just going to hitch up the stone picker straight off the bat. Now this is a job, it's so much easier if Dusty was here to help because we can have someone carting whilst someone else is doing the stone picking. But I'll get this underway. I'm going to have to move the trailer and I'm also going to have to get the auger. And yeah, it's fine, we can do this. It's, you know what, it just shows that I've been totally affected by Dusty's accident. My head is absolutely all over the place. So, stone picking, done. Then seeding. Yes. Okay, good. Get myself unfolded here. And I'm just basically going to start my headlands, I think. Let's just make sure I've got power on. Picker is down. Okay, so I'm going to go anti-clockwise on my headland first. Probably do 2 loops of that. And then I shall do my ups and downs. And just as we set off a quick time check, it's 10 to 12. So yeah, not too bad. We've got still plenty of the day left to get this field all set and ready. And then get over to the supermarket to get the clothes sold. Making solid progress here. Just doing my ups and downs now. 45% full on the old stone picker there. Okay, so let's speed this up and then we can get some stones into the crusher and start to make even more money this month. Coming up to 90%. Seem to be getting through this fairly quickly actually. We've been on board for about half an hour, and I reckon we've done about half the field, so we should get 2 loads out of this. However, something has come to mind, and obviously when you're sat in a cab and you're going up and down a field, it gives you a bit of time to do a bit of thinking, to assess the decisions you've made in life and have a think about what you would have done differently. And it dawned on me, Dusty now doesn't have a truck. His truck was a complete write-off. And I'm telling you what, ladies and gentlemen, we all know how important that truck was to Dusty. So I feel we need to do something. Dusty is the one thing that keeps this whole operation going. Without him, there is no way that I would be here. So I want your help, please, audience, viewers, fans of Dusty. Let me know what you think we should do. I think it's definitely got to be vehicle based. I think we need to pick him up a new vehicle. So we could jump to the store and see what Klaus has got, or eagle-eyed viewers out there might have some mod recommendations that we can investigate and pick something up for Dusty that really suits him, something that really fits his character, something heavy, something powerful, something gritty, but something not too ostentatious and over the top. So put your comments down below. I'll be interested to see what you think, and hopefully we can pick him up a little kind of get well present with the money we're going to make this month. For now, I'm just heading off to pick up the trailer and the auger, and then I think we'll be done. The auger's hitched up, so I'm going to go drop that off. Just there, that's perfect. Now to get the trailer. I'll just back the trailer up right next to the auger there. Let's take a nice wide angle here. Give myself some space. Try not to destroy the crops there. Right, that's good enough. Right, I can see the auger in my rearview mirror. Where's the trailer facing? Have I come round enough? Okay, let's back this up carefully. Steadily, slowly. And this is definitely a skill you pick up when you've done a decent amount of farming. Hard to judge the distance, but I think we're about there. Just slightly nudge the auger. That looks good. Right, let's offload that. Let's go pick up the stone picker. So I estimate I will get 2 loads out of this, and that's fine. And I can then press on immediately with the seeding and get that in the ground. And there is another thing that I forgot, is that we don't have any fertilizer in this field. So I will go and pick up probably the solid fertilizer spreader, because we don't often use that. And we've still got loads left over. Right, what am I doing? I've gone completely the wrong side. Let me reposition myself. Let's start tipping. Fantastic job. Okay, let's press on. Now that is a tasty looking field. We have picked all the stones. We have fertilised with solid fertiliser. It's been seeded with sunflower and that is ready to grow. So I'm looking forward to some nice big headed sunflowers. And finally, I've given it a lovely roll with the roller. So I don't think you can get better than that. And I'm really chuffed. That's a hard bit of graft there, but it's all done. The next thing I'm going to do is quickly grab the trailer and get all of the stones into the crusher. And let's make some money on some lime. The stone picker carries 2,000 litres, so yeah, we've got just over 5,500 litres of stones on board. Let's get that into the crusher. I think there's enough water in there for it to get going straight away, and we'll slowly see our money start to creep up. Great job. That should be underway. I can hear the crusher crushing. I can see the dust coming out the top. She's underway. I think, ladies and gentlemen, time to go to the supermarket. Right, the only vehicle I've got in the minute is the Massey. So I'm over here with the Massey. It's a bit tight in here at Dusty's Threads, but I think we should be okay. Let me just park her there. And let's get selling. Right, so I think we will make about $30,000 bucks for each pallet we've got. And I think we had 9 on board. So, you know, that's a lot of money. And looking at the current rates, clothes are selling for $31,960. And they've just started to come down. So if we get there within the next 20 minutes, we are going to be hitting peak price. And that is above what the stats say typically would be the price, 31. So we're making another $500 bucks for each crate. That's not bad at all. Okay, we can back ourselves in here. Again, the beauty of this little truck. So maneuverable. Let's just get ourselves aligned. I shall jump out, unstrap. Alright, backing up here, we've got 13 pallets on board. Let's see how much we make. $415,000 bucks. My goodness, that is going to put one hell of a smile back on Dusty's face. That is an absolute turn up for the books, ladies and gentlemen. I think it might possibly be the first time we've broke the $500,000 buck mark. But I'm absolutely of the mind that Tailor's is the way forward. We make so much money on that, and now we've got wool feeding our spinnery, feeding our tailors. We're on to an absolute winner. I am rushing myself back up to the homestead to check on Dusty, see how he's doing, and I'm hoping that he is going to be chuffed with the news. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Until next time, bye-bye.